What up, witches?
I'm Candi.
And I'm Jen.
And we're the Cornfield Coven. Welcome everybody. Today is a special episode for Friday the 13th.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Woo! We have 3 this year.
Yes,
oh
3 this year.
That's right, Raven.
Yes, and we have a special guest with us today. Normally we are alone when we are recording, but my pug is here. So if you hear her, it's because she's upset she's not sitting on my lap because I'm on a bar stool.
She just wants to give her 2 cents.
Yeah,
and
she
more.
likes horror too. She watches them with us. So, and if you can hear some running water in the background, that we're not sitting next to a giant fountain, that would be my axolotl tank. I cannot turn that off because they need it.
It's ambiance.
Yes.
It's giving a Friday the 13th Jason.
Yes.
Ambiance of at Crystal Lake.
Yeah, so never mind what I just said. It's totally intentional.
It's intentional. So today we are going to talk about one of our favorite genres, the slasher franchises.
Yes.
Franchises. Is that a franchise?
Franchise.
Kind of like I was watching a bunch of stuff the other night and taking notes, and we know a lot. But then it's also, we get so consumed in the characters that we personally like that I kind of forget about the others out there and their specialties. But I think the one thing that I love about slasher movies is, like, my favorite's Michael. He's one of the beginning. After Alfred Hitchcock brought out Psycho and kind of brought out the whole slow and steady kills.
Yep.
Michael Myers comes out. He's silent.
Yes.
But they also started explaining, if you pay attention to slasher movies, there are the rules. And I was like, Michael didn't have rules. He was just silent and wanted attention. But then the more I started watching this documentary on slasher movies, I was like, holy shit! There's rules for him too. And
there's rules. You don't know the rules? Oh,
gosh. And you know,
rest in peace, Randy Meeks. We love you.
But I think we didn't pay attention to the rules until Wes Craven brought out Scream. And then that became more of a...
And that's part of the reason why Scream is one of my favorites, because there's so much humor in it. They bring so much humor and kind of making fun of slashers while also doing them quite well. Yeah, I love that about them.
Did you hear, I saw an interview a couple nights ago with Matthew Lillard. I think he was on doing an interview with people online.
So much.
And do you know he tried out or auditioned for Neve Campbell's boyfriend in the movie?
Yes, I did know that.
And they laughed at him and said, no, you're the silly best friend. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I find him hot. Like, I was like, oh.
I do, but when I was 13 and the movie came out, it was all about Skeet Ulrich. He was, like, I thought him and Johnny Depp were the same person. Like, they look so similar at that similar age.
The hair and the eyes.
The eyes, yeah.
But now that I look back, I'm like, I love that he was the silly friend. And,
yes.
I mean, and then there was Randy. So it was like, there was all, like, a stage. But
did you know that Matthew Lillard, there's all these interviews with Matthew Lillard because he's in Scream 7, so, you know, he's gaining a lot more popularity again. He was in Scream 2.
I did not know that.
Yes. So he did an interview and he was saying, well, yeah, like, all my friends were in town because they're filming Scream 2, and I was friends with them from being in Scream 1. So, and they were in my neighborhood. So I came down to set just to say hi and hang out. And Wes Craven goes, walk in the background of the scene.
I gotta watch.
Walk in the background of this scene. It'll just be funny. And his hair is like bleach blonde, so like you would not have recognized him. But I had never known that. And I thought that was awesome. That Wes Craven was just yeah, this will be funny. Just do it.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. See, and I love little spoofs like that.
Yeah.
It's like, who is it? Oh, M. Night Shyamalan. He is in all of his movies, like
cameo, like Stephen King does little
Stephen
cameos.
King and Stan Lee, the superhero.
Yes,
yeah. But I think that's awesome.
I
little
do too.
Easter eggs.
Love those.
So like I was saying, oh my gosh, I just blanked. Not Friday the 13th. Halloween. Oh God, sorry, Michael. Halloween movies kind of got their craze after Psycho. And Alfred Hitchcock was kind of the king of that. And then I don't know if you watched the Netflix movie Monster.
Yeah.
The newest one with Ed Gein.
Yes. And I was going to bring up Ed Gein.
Yeah. I was like, after watching that documentary or TV, made for TV movie, and then watching Psycho again the other day, I was like, oh, okay. But I still love Psycho. But again, there were rules, and there was the whole through the eye of the, and I think this is why I like the slasher movies too, is a lot of it's through the eye of the killer. So like with Michael Myers, and even with Jason and with Psycho, it's, you see them kind of being a creeper and watching, but then it's also, you see them going after, because like in Psycho, when at the end, when he pushes the one gentleman down the stairs, and all that kind of stuff, it's slow motion, but it's through your, like, you are the killer.
Yeah.
And I like how it's kind of like an interactive, like, I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like,
yes, different perspectives. And
they trigger a fear in you. And then they trigger, it's almost, this is going to sound gross or weird. It's almost like a smut book when they introduce a new kink and you're like, no. It's like that with the fear, or like maybe I could just knock that person out. But I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like slasher movies, is it just, you're in both perspectives of it.
Yeah. And Ed Gein is really responsible, or he's not responsible, but he is where slasher came from. Because he inspired Psycho, which is considered the original slasher.
Yep.
He inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface, which was actually the second slasher movie. And then Michael is third. And he also inspired one more. Do you remember what it is?
It wasn't Jason. It wasn't. No, because that one's. Well, I always thought
it's
it was.
Not a.
Because of the mother
aspect. It's not a typical slasher, but he inspired a serial killer in a very big movie.
Which one?
Buffalo Bill in The Silence of the Lambs is based on Ed Gein. The woman suits he's making.
That's right.
Yep.
That is right.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, we will do a case on Ed Gein at some point in time. I've got all the big ones are on our list. So eventually we'll get to them. Maybe we'll sprinkle them in here and there. I think we're really more interested in a lot of the smaller, local, less well-known cases right now. Those are kind of just what is piquing our interest. We've also noticed as we start researching things and coming up with ideas, and I think our list is at like 100 now. So, and they may not all be case worthy. We have to research them a little bit and kind of decide here or there, but we've got enough to keep this podcast going for a year and a half at this point.
I was going to say, as soon as you start to research one, there's
all
like a little
other ones
there's like a little root branch going off the side, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, what's this? And it's like, next thing you know, I have like a stack of like 7 or 8 things I want to research, but then it's like, I gotta finish this one.
Yeah.
And then it's like, squirrel. And then, like you said, you then have to, is this one worth researching? I mean, they're all worth researching, but is it
Yeah, and sometimes we
Is
can
it coven
combine
worthy?
them. Yeah, we can do, we'll do, like, a lot of the cryptids, there's not always enough information to do a whole episode on a cryptid, but we can group, several cryptids together. We've also noticed that Candy tends to go, ooh, a haunting, and Jen tends to go, ooh, a murder. So
I like the
you
things
may
that
notice
go bump in the
pattern.
dike, and Jen likes the things that go, did you hear the guy up the street got arrested for true crime, like a murder? And it's like, oh. So, yeah. I like the dolls and the creepy.
Oh, I do
and
not like
Jen
the dolls.
likes the deep dive case crimes.
Yeah, I like the investigations are always really interesting to me with that too. But so I just saw 7 last week. No spoilers.
I haven't seen it yet, and I can't believe that, but it was either go watch a fantastic live performance of Strip Street horror strip in Minneapolis. There's a burlesque horror themed show, and it was phenomenal. I highly suggest seeing it. But then I came home and my husband's like, should we go watch Scream 7? And I was like, no.
Were you horrored out?
I wasn't horrored out. I hope he's not listening. Tom, mute this. I want to watch it alone because I like to sit there and go, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember this. Or, oh my gosh. Or I like to see it with somebody who is a common horror fanatic. And Tom, he's fantastic at going to all of these things with me. But I constantly get the, shh, stop. Don't do that. Be quiet. No. Now I just missed it. And I'm like, well, you should keep up, Tom. So he is going to be away at work. So I'm like, I think I might be doing that Monday afternoon and sitting there with my popcorn. But I'm so excited. And I've seen some spoilers online.
I'm sorry.
But I'm quickly, but I did think I saw something and I was like, fart. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe that's a good thing. I'm prepping.
You'll have to tell me what that is later. Okay. And I may or may not give you a clue. My son and I saw it together. We had the exact same reaction. He is my mini-me. And we came up with the following statement that will not give any spoilers. But when people ask us, we can tell them what we thought. We absolutely loved the nostalgia. We had problems.
See, and that's
and
what
it doesn't matter because we're gonna watch it a million times anyway. I don't particularly care for 3, but we watch it.
It's corny,
always.
And you love the I'm a little sad that like Jenna Ortega and all of them did not come back, but I get why they didn't come back, and I'm proud of them for standing for their views, and because not everybody was invited back, and but I kind of like how when you look at the cast, there are some of the new but old, tried and true, the twins and all that.
Yeah, the twins are back. I wished Kirby would come back. So my son and I were binging 1 through 6 last week before we went and saw 7. And in 6, I was like, is Kirby the new Dewey?
Because she was such a prominent role.
And I really like her. I think she's a fun character. I like her quirkiness.
So, okay. On Scream, but something when I was watching and reading and looking up different slasher stuff, the name Loomis, Billy Loomis, in the slasher franchises, there is a Loomis in almost every other movie.
Okay, I knew the connection because Dr. Loomis in Halloween.
Yes.
And then Billy Loomis and Nancy Loomis.
And then there was another Loomis in another... Oh, God, I wrote it down. You'll probably hear me scream out later on what it was. But there is at least 3 or 4 Loomises. And so I was going to deep dive. So
interesting. I did not know.
Down the road, I'll probably do something, or there'll be like a, hey, going back to our slasher. But, yeah, I just kept hearing Loomis. And, of course, I remember the name because Billy is hot.
Dr. Loomis, I mean, he was almost like a parental figure in my life. I watched the Halloween movies so frequently, and my mom loved Dr. Loomis.
I thought
because Dr. Loomis was amazing.
Is that Billy's grandfather or great-great-uncle? Like, I was like, how does this all... So that's one thing I would like to, down the road, I wondered if I had that in my notes. Yeah. But yeah, it was like, why is there a Loomis in every... So.
All right. Okay, so obviously Halloween is your favorite. Scream is mine. I have a question. What do you think the Final Destination movies are slashers?
Yes, but no. They're more ghost. But also, when I was doing research, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Those are some of my favorites, too. Yep. I mean, it's got the guy with the hook, the rain slicker. Like,
that's a big urban legend.
Yes, and so that was another thing, too, is like a difference between slasher, ghost, and urban legends. But Scream was the one that kind of brought back the urban legend to when Wes Craven brought those back. In one of his interviews, he was like, I want to have something that makes the watcher think. Like,
yes.
He wants you to be involved, and so.
And Scream, Wes Craven was actually inspired by the murders committed in Gainesville in 1990 of a bunch of 5 college students in Gainesville, Florida. So unfortunately, that case is not in the Midwest because I really would like to cover it. It's a horrible, fascinating case. And then Scream also inspired. I don't want to say Scream inspired. There were 2 sick fucks in high school in Idaho who murdered their friend because they liked the Scream movies and they wanted to be like Billy and Stu. Which is just awful. That one also not in the Midwest, so I'm not going to cover it, but just kind of interesting, you know, that the thing we love about the slashers is they're so outlandish and crazy, and they are, but just like an urban legend, they're often based in some kind of truth. There was some kind of real life legend behind it.
I was going to say, because like I always thought when I was little and I watched Nightmare on Elm Street, I was afraid of Freddy because I was told by a friend's older brother, you know, this is based off, because we were I would spend the night at her house. Her parents didn't care if we watched horror movies. We'd stay up and we would watch all the scary movies. And her brother came home one night from out with friends and he goes, oh, you know, that's based off of a guy who got in trouble and had a house fire and everybody ran him out of town and he lives in the sewers and he has blades for fingers because that's how he attacks and all this kind of stuff. And I really thought Freddy was real. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like, or The Hills Have Eyes and like all those kind of.
Yeah.
I'm like, like, I believed. And I think that's a good storyteller. I mean, like a good writer for these movies is to be able to have these gossip channels going out. Is it real? Is it not? Like different publicity stunts or whatever.
I do think Final Destination is a slasher franchise, and I think death is the slasher.
Oh, because you can't cheat death.
Michael Myers is supernatural. You can't kill him because he is pure evil.
He is totally supernatural because
so why can't death be a slasher then?
Has he been caught on fire, stabbed,
shot,
run over every movie,
decapitated,
sent to space?
Yeah. So that was just an interesting little thing. It's not typically included, but I think it is, and that's like my second favorite. I watched those to go to sleep last night. Like I just love them because my husband wasn't home, so I'm like, I can watch horror movies to go to sleep tonight.
I'm alone. Turn on the Thriller.
So, yeah, I think that's just kind of an interesting, but it's good too. Yeah, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Those are definitely slashers. But we don't always include them, in the big ones. I think It Too is now becoming a huge franchise. That is my son's favorite. That's where he's at.
Welcome to Derry.
Welcome to Derry. He liked Welcome to Derry better than the new It movies. And I really enjoyed the new It movies, not just as a horror movie. I just thought they were great.
They were great.
They were just great movies.
I'm a try and true original It, like Tim Curry, But I do like Skarsgård, and I was like, hello. And I liked how the newer ones touched more base on the sci-fi aspect of it, and the alien, and Welcome to Derry. I love history. So I love how the show goes more into the history.
Yeah.
And all of that. And so I enjoy that. And so I like how they are all unique in their own aspect.
Yeah.
So you can watch them. And then you can still kind of know the plot. And then have wonderful surprises that scare you to your toes. And you're like, holy crap, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, the jump scares in It are... high quality,
and they all play with It playing off your fears.
Yes,
and it's like, and then it makes you think, what am I afraid of? That if I was in this movie, what would they use to trigger me to pee my pants?
Yeah. One thing I wanted to say about Scream 7 that I didn't. I will warn people, it is not your typical Scream in terms of gore.
Oh.
Scream movies are very typically slice and dice. This is a Final Destination level gore. It is next level. I was like, this is just, it shocked me a little bit because I was just like, that's just not typical in a Scream movie, and I've never really thought about it before because all slashers are just, kind of you slice and dice, and you get used to what the franchise kind of does with the death scenes and that kind of thing. And but it was very noticeable to me immediately. I was like, oh, okay, so this is where we're going. All right, okay, I'm on board, but I'm glad you let me know.
Gosh, no. And I do love, at least with the Scream franchise and the I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise, they have great soundtracks. The music that they pick for these movies, I'm just all the time listening to it until it's like, okay, next movie's coming out. What music do you have? I don't know. But
yeah.
I mean, Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer and Final Destination,
when they all came out
in the 90s,
late 90s, I think Final Destination, I think the first one was 2000. But I turned 15 in 2000, so like, I know you're a couple years older than me. You're the same age as Josh, I think. But we're that Zennial, like right elder millennial where we have the Gen X thing. Yes, our parents had a commercial at 9 p.m. to remind them they had children and you should probably find them at that point. But we also had AOL and,
dial-up.
all the things and, those things, the Scream and Final Destination and Know What You Did Last Summer came out like during such a formative time, that I think there's just so much nostalgia with it. I just love it. I miss the 90s.
I love the fact. Did you ever watch The Faculty?
Yes, The Faculty and Disturbing Behavior.
Yes. Oh,
love both of them.
And those, are those slashers? Because they're all like,
I think those are more sci-fi to me.
But those were great.
And talk about soundtracks. The Faculty and Disturbing Behavior.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Whew. We're going to be putting my 90s playlist on when we leave here in a little bit.
Oh, yeah, there's just, the 90s had great ones. It's funny because I either like my 80s, Michael and Jason and Chucky, and I have to just say, whenever I'm watching, my kids make fun of me, Gremlins is right in there with it.
Oh, Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas, but
we watch it every Christmas.
It's like, I love the bad ones. But there's just something about either the 80s or the late 90s. Like,
yeah,
it was like 2000s for me is when like they came out with.
Well, that's when we got
Jason
Saw
versus Predator,
right?
Yeah. Yes, we got Jigsaw, Terrifier, and God, what was the other one? I wrote them down. Wrong Turn and oh gosh,
Wrong Turn is like the Hills Have Eyes
Yes.
type of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
and Cabin in the Woods.
Yep.
And then what was the Wax Museum? But that's like,
I'm giving you a face
I
right
know,
now.
Chad Michael Murray and Paris Hilton.
I know.
That's
why I'm giving you the face.
That's why I'm like, the 2000s.
Like,
I was like, Chad Michael
the
Murray.
slasher franchise
back to
gave
One
us
Tree Hill.
Jamie Lee motherfucking Curtis.
And I love that.
And then you
her
come at
mother's-
me with Paris Hilton. No.
I love how Jamie Lee Curtis's mother was in Psycho. And then Jamie Lee Curtis is in Halloween. I love how it was like, her mother's like, I was the original. Here's the torch.
Yeah.
And I just love that. And then Jamie Lee Curtis did an interview down the road where they were like, what do you feel about the Scream? And she was like, they're doing great. Like, Nev Campbell, keep going. And so I was like, I love that. It's almost like a club.
It is. It's the Final Girls.
Well, and then...
And now we got to talk about books a little bit, too, because there are slasher books.
Yes. Yes, there are.
Riley Sager has a Final Girls book. Grady Hendrix. The first Grady Hendrix book I read was the Final Girls support group. And I fell in love with him because I love slashers. I love Final Girl. And if you look it up, if you like Grady Hendrix is what I call horror light.
Yeah.
In terms of writing, because it is horror, but it's also...
You have to use your imagination for a lot of it.
He's very humorous. He pokes fun at things. He is a huge feminist. You know, a lot of the things he does, he likes to have really strong female characters. He's just awesome. I just love him. And then my probably favorite dark horror writer is Stephen Graham Jones.
Yes.
I did not ease myself into Stephen Graham Jones. I started with the Indian Lake trilogy.
I was just going to say, because I haven't read him yet, but you were telling me his have a lot of a Native American base to it. And
all of his books have Native American. He is a Native American. They all have Native American characters, culture, history. You learn a lot. He has a very different style of writing. Like, the first book took me a long time to read just because I'd have to reread certain sentences, you know, because I'm like, I'm not sure what he's saying here. But then once I got used to it, I started going through them. And the whole time through the Indian Lake trilogy, I was like, you know, I love the premise. I'm not sure how I feel about these books. And then I finished the trilogy and the book grief set in so heavy. And I was just almost in tears. I'm like, I'm gonna miss these characters so much.
See, when you get attached
and yeah, and they are, the Indian Lake trilogy is heavy slasher. The protagonist is a horror slasher specifically, because horror and slasher is a subgenre of horror. And she is a slasher fanatic. I mean, I had to look up some of the movies this character was mentioning, and it's all about final girls and overcoming things. It was just fantastic. And then he also has another book that's a little bit lighter, but Stephen Graham Jones is always going to be dark. But I was a teenage slasher. And that's a really, really fun one, too.
See, and I love slasher movies, but slasher books, you have to use your noggin to create the characters to set the scene in your mind, to be the detective, to be the final girl, and to be the slasher. Like, you're getting all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I just love that. I guess when I'm too excited, I like a good slasher movie because, like, I need my fix. I need my fix. I need my pause to go, potty. I need to go get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
But when I'm with a book and I want it to slowly sink the knife, then it's like, give me the book.
Yes.
Oh no! There's just so many wonderful. Like, how do people come up with this? It's like,
I don't know.
You have to be a little crazy. I mean, we're all a little crazy, but I don't know. It fascinates me, and it also intrigues me.
Yeah.
For somebody to have the strength and bravery to say, I got an idea for a movie.
Yeah.
Hey, let's try this out.
You know, I think it was even more impressive, like you said, like in the 70s and 80s, because it was brand new.
Yep.
And, but now I think it's a whole subculture. It is popular. Nobody's gonna think you're crazy. And I think we're getting there with true crime too. It used to be like, even I, like 10, 15 years ago, like when I worked in an office, I was very reticent to tell people, like, so I like a lot of true crime. I watch a lot of documentaries. I read a lot of true crime books. This and that. At one point, my friend that I had worked with, he's like, I'm glad I got to know you better before I found that out, because I know you really well now, and it still kind of freaks me out, like, how into this stuff you are. But now I think it's like, it's a big thing. It's a big popular thing. And it is macabre and dark, but it's fascinating what breaks not only in the human soul, but in the human brain. There has to be something that, in my opinion, physiologically breaks within you that allows you to do this. Some of these things that are done. Not all of them. Some of them are just done by horrible people, because humans are trash. We're not a great species.
No. And see, to me, it fascinates me because I want to know how their brain ticks.
Yes.
Like Charlie Manson and all, like Ed Gein, like all, like, what's going on in their head? Why, like, how can you get everybody to follow you in a cult? Like, what are you saying? I can't get my kids to take out the garbage back in the day.
Right.
What are you doing that is working to get all these women to worship you? But I need the garbage taken out or the kitty litter cleaned, and I'm getting side-eyed. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So but I'm that way with, like, religions and all that, like,
yes,
UFOs and all that, because it's like, I want to know, like, I think that's why I'm so fascinated with, like, the ghost stories and stuff, is because, like, one of my upcoming episodes with the Mineral Point Vampire, like, the more I did the research and the more I was like, oh yeah, it's a typical, did you hear that? Ooh, what was that? Type of a thing. But it was, who first saw it? Where did they get that information? Okay, well then that person, where did they get that information? And now we're back in, like, 1600s, back when they were coming up, like, it came over with, like, some Native American lore, like, just stuff like that. And it's like, oh, okay. So to me, and then my history love gets tickled. And then it's like, so then it comes right, like, back to the slashers. It's like, why do you think the way you think?
Yeah.
What pissed you off? Like, Michael Myers, when he was little, like, when we get into the rules, like, the first rule is don't have sex.
Yes.
You have to be a virgin.
Very, very much so with Michael. He really doesn't like it.
Yeah. And Michael Myers,
he's kind of a prude.
I was going to say, Michael Myers, the film starts in 1963 on Halloween night, when a disturbed little Michael Myers murders his teen sister. And what was she doing? She was breaking rule number 1. She was having sex. And then he spends the next 15 years. But it takes, like, all 13 movies for you to, like, each movie will say why he killed his sister. Like, he went mad and killed his sister, and then it just leads down the rule. It's like...
But I think then we gotta go back. Yes, Michael has rules that Randy set forth.
Yes.
But now let's go back to Billy. It's scarier when there's no motive.
It is.
And there is one, what is the one Halloween movie where they put all the stuff in the house and they try and make it look like he was tortured as a child? Like there's like a high chair. It's like a film crew coming in and doing it. I think it's the one after H2O. I was so mad. And I think they did that too with Hannibal Lecter. Nobody, and Billy even mentions this. Why did Hannibal Lecter like to eat people? Nobody knows. But then they did Hannibal Rising, and I refuse to watch it because I know they're going to give him a motive, and I don't want him to have a motive. I don't want it. No, I won't do it.
And that was like with Michael, like he was fixated because he didn't kill Jamie Lee Curtis's character. So then he just had to keep coming back. It's like my cat when she wants in the bathroom when I'm taking a shower, and I'm like, I'm in the shower. And she's constantly hitting that door. And then finally I let her in and she's like, oh, you're just taking a shower. Okay, never mind. It's like, you've got to itch that scratch or, scratch that itch or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just, but yeah, I think I became, when Randy and Scream gave us, like, made the rules more visibly aware.
Yeah. He said it out loud.
Yeah. I went back and started watching movies again. Like I always do. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So like,
yeah.
Rule number 1, no sex. Rule number 2, immortality quickens mortality. So every time you're killing like Jason and Michael and all of them, they're killing somebody, but yet why aren't they dying? Like,
yeah.
Never go away. Like, I'll be back, as it's said, but never be alone. And then the killer is psychological trauma manifest. So they have trauma and they're manifesting it on other people and killing people. So like Michael Myers kills women. Jason kills everybody having sex at the camp, but it's anybody that had teased him or he hears his mom in his head.
Yeah.
Like Psycho. Like,
yeah.
Women. But, yeah.
It's very fun. And we could probably sit here and do this all day. And maybe we'll do another slasher talk. If people like this, let us know if you like this. If you have opinions you would like us to share.
Is there a slasher?
Do another slasher talk.
I was going to say, is there a slasher we didn't cover? Because there's a whole, like I said,
yeah.
there's a whole list.
There's a few franchises I've never started. I've seen most of the Saws, not all of the
I can't
Saws.
do the Saws.
Hellraiser, I've never done Hellraiser.
Oh. That's like the Leprechaun back in the 80s.
I've seen the Leprechaun.
I laughed way too. I watched my first Leprechaun movie and I was high. So that little dude came at me. But don't do drugs. Is there a slasher we didn't talk about? Do you want us to go more in depth with the final girl? And who they all were and
yeah, I could do a whole episode on that. We could do a whole episode on that for sure.
Almost do a 90s horror.
Yes.
Because we love our 90s. But yeah.
But we're about to get ready to head out. You will be hearing this, of course, after the event has already occurred, but we're heading out to the Bramer County Historical Society. That building is haunted, and we're doing a paranormal workshop there tonight, so it's about time for us to head out there.
Support your local historical museums.
Yes.
And their societies, because they keep your city's history alive, but mainly those are some of the most haunted buildings.
Yeah.
Those ghosts need homes. Don't let them go to waste. I'm excited for tonight because I know nothing about this building. I know nothing about the lores or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm walking in with a fresh brain that's ready to soak it all up.
Yeah, and we will do an episode on the case of the I will say in quotes suspicious death that occurred in the building when it was a hotel. And we will also cover our experiences that we have tonight. So look forward to that coming. But for now, I think that's all we've got. Anything else, Candy?
That's everything.
All right. Thanks for listening,
Thanks
guys.
for listening.
Bye, witches.
Bye.